Hi everybody, this is Rose of Sharon and I'm back again with another movie review. Well, here I go. I finally got to see Strange World, which I was kind of dubious at first when I saw it because of everything I'd read about it, everything I'd heard about it, everything I'd seen about it, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna let the jury be out and make my own decision. So, first impressions, I love this film. It's much better than Lightyear, although I thought that the whole aspect with Ethan's character, I thought that was not necessary. I mean, they could have had him be homosexual and not shove it down the viewer's throat, and they do, and I thought, this is too much of an agenda, and I didn't like that part, even though I am an ally and I do support my fellow gays, and I mean, you love who you love. I don't judge you for that. I mean, love who you want. I don't, it's God will judge, but I'm not against it, honestly. If you want to get married, get married. Personally, I'd marry you, even though, my church probably wouldn't let me, but personally, I would, because I think love is love, and I think Jesus would want you to, but, maybe I'm not preaching the right thing, but whatever. That's just what I believe. But I think that whole thing just was unnecessary and shouldn't have been there. I wasn't even bothered by the fact that Legend was a tripod. I mean, I'm sorry I said tripod, but that's what he is. So I'm just going to use the terminology. If you're upset by that, you can click off. But that's what Legend is. He's a disabled dog. And he's very cute, and I like him, and that didn't disturb me at all. I just thought, oh, a disabled animal, you never see that, so I thought that was nice that they included that, because it was different. But as far as storytelling, I mean, this thing is, it was basically Fantastic Voyage meets Avatar, and the other thing I didn't care for was the whole environmental thing, and I thought, oh no, here we go. And I mean, I usually don't have any problem with environmental messaging, but when it's just so overt and just shoved down the throat of the viewer, you think, there's only so much we can do, and as far as conflict, I just thought, no, it's kind of like Encanto, the whole family conflict. I'm like, whatever happened to villains? And I actually didn't mind that too much. I thought it was good. The conflict resolution was good. So I enjoyed that. I liked the whole fact that they had Splat. And Splat reminded me of Morph from Treasure Planet. So I like the callback to that, because I definitely believe that was a callback to Treasure Planet, which is one of my favorite films of all time. So Splat became one of my favorite characters. I love Splat. And they had one character named Caspian see Splat for the first time and say, oh my gosh, what are you? You're so cute. Can I merchandise it? And I thought, yep, that's an opportunist talk, and that's America. But as someone who is an economics master, yeah, I would totally merchandise the heck out of Splat. So guess that's the old cha-ching factor talking. But Yogurt was right in Spaceballs. Merchandising, yeah, merchandising will definitely help you, and especially in this day and age, even if it's something small. Merchandising actually is very, very, very practical, but I just thought that whole meta humor thing was hilarious, and it cracked me up as an MBA. And it made me giggle a little bit too much more than as somebody who's involved in economics. It just made more sense, and it was just funnier. I like that humor. And then the other thing that they did, they had this Catan game that Ethan played, and Jaeger and Searcher, father and son, they're playing against the, well, in Jaeger's case, grandson. And Ethan is explaining the whole aspect of the game, and then of course Jaeger says, well, where's the conflict? That just is poor storytelling. You just called yourself out, Disney. And I have to, as someone who grew up with the Renaissance and seeing that, I actually, I thought they definitely pointed the finger at themselves and pointed out what they've been suffering from since Lightyear, just because they want to appeal to the masses. And but despite all that, I mean, those are my minor nags, except for the overt eco-friendly lesson. And it kind of reminded me of Discworld, because they're on the back of a turtle, although the turtle itself is swimming in this massive blue sea, so it's nothing like Discworld. But it just, the whole idea of the turtle reminded me of Discworld, so, you know, sue me. So this was Fantastic Voyage meets Avatar meets maybe a hint of Discworld meets a little bit of psychology, I should say New Age psychology, conflict resolution, and some agenda for homosexuality, which, I mean, it was really in your face, and it kind of got on my nerves, but it didn't bother. That wasn't what really kind of made me furious. It was the whole environmental stuff. I'm like, yeah, we know who funds you. But beyond that, I thought, hear me out, I thought Strange World was a good movie. Okay, I thought it was a good movie. It was entertaining. The animation was beautiful. I liked the characters. I love the fact that we have a strong, independent woman, and she has some good takeaways. I thought Meridian was a tremendous character. She's probably my favorite, other than Splat. And Ethan was a good character, and just how father, son, and grandson worked everything out. I thought that was really well done. It was a good takeaway. There were some good moral lessons from it. And then Tripod, Legend. I liked Legend. I thought that Legend was a super adorable sheepdog, and I just thought he was a wonderful character. It kind of reminded me of those animal sidekicks that we used to see, and it kind of, you know, harkened to that era. I thought, okay, so they're trying to go for that, and it made me overlook some things. And same thing with Splat. So I love Splat. Splat's got to be one of my absolute favorite characters, and he told a story without saying a word, and plus he had really squeaky kind of, you know, squishiness to him that just made him cute. So as far as the overall grade for Strange World, I would give it I'm not going to give it 2 thumbs up, because it doesn't deserve 2 thumbs up, but it does deserve a thumb up, because like I said, animation was absolutely gorgeous. 3.5 out of 5, because it's nowhere near perfect. It had a ton of flaws, and it even called itself out on it. But it was way better than Lightyear, because Lightyear was very disappointing and could have been so much better and so much more. But Strange World, I liked. So, you know, despite it being woke, and actually it wasn't as woke as I thought it was going to be, but it was woke, you know. We're just going to call it out for what it was. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good film. Was it fantastic? Not really. I just thought, oh, this is like an Indiana Jones kind of Robinson Crusoe-esque adventure. And it had that kind of nostalgia that went back to the good old days, and then a new era brought in by Pando, the vegetable that Searcher finds, and Jaeger, of course, overlooks. And of course he goes off on his own because he's set in his ways. But, you know, I thought that was he comes to know this. He comes to realize that he was stubborn, and I actually thought that was good. I don't think that other people were kind of making that out, you know, as something else entirely, but I don't think that's what it was. It was just his hard-headed, old-fashioned, kind of closed-minded viewpoint, and for him to actually come to grips with himself and realize, hey, you know, I was he admits to it, he was wrong. So I think that was a good takeaway. It's okay to admit when you're wrong. But beyond that, I just it's not one of my favorite Disney films, and I'm hoping that they will come to some kind of realization that making films that are woke is just, it ain't working. So, until next time, live on, prosper. Ciao, tutti.